Most people believe life is something to be solved. They believe that once the problems end, peace will begin. Once the pain is gone, happiness will arrive. Once everything is under control, they will finally breathe. But life doesn't wait for perfection. There was once a man who lived very differently from everyone around him. He was not rich. He was not famous. He didn't have an easy life. Yet, wherever he went, people noticed one strange thing. He carried lightness, not foolish laughter, not ignorance, but a calm joy that didn't disappear when life became heavy. When business failed, he didn't complain. When plans collapsed, he didn't curse life. When people insulted him, he didn't defend himself. He simply smiled and moved forward. People misunderstood him. Some said he didn't take life seriously. Some said he was escaping reality. Some said he was pretending. But he wasn't pretending. He had simply learned something most people never do. Every morning before the world woke up, he would sit quietly and watch his thoughts. The fear, the worries, the pressure, and he realized something painful. Most of his suffering wasn't coming from life. It was coming from his resistance to life, from his constant demand that things should be different. That realization changed him. He stopped waiting for life to become easy. He decided to live anyway. Years passed. Life didn't become kinder. Problems still arrived. Loss still happened. Pain still visited. But it didn't destroy him anymore because he was no longer fighting reality. He was flowing with it. One evening, when his health began to fail, people gathered around him. They expected fear. They expected regret. They expected sadness. Instead, they found peace. Someone finally asked him the question everyone had been carrying for years. How can you stay calm when life was never fair to you? He smiled softly and said, because life was never meant to be fair. It was meant to be lived. People suffer not because life is cruel, but because they demand happiness on their own conditions. When those conditions fail, they break. But joy doesn't come from controlling life. Joy comes from allowing life. When the man passed away, the city fell silent. People expected grief to fill the streets, but something unusual happened. Instead of heaviness, there was reflection. Instead of despair, there was clarity. Because the man had left behind a letter. It read, "Do not cry for me. I lived fully. While others waited for perfect moments, I lived in imperfect ones. While others waited for peace, I carried peace. Do not delay your joy. Life is not something you reach. Life is something you pass through." And slowly, something shifted. People began to smile more often. They stopped postponing their happiness. They stopped living only for someday. They realized something powerful. Most people waste their entire life waiting to be happy. They think happiness comes after problems end, but problems never end. That's why the wise don't wait for joy. They carry it, because joy is not something life gives you. Joy is how you survive. If this message reached you at the right moment, you already understand why this channel exists. Stay connected, not for motivation, but for clarity.